Yo, what's up, everybody? So tonight we're going to talk about how one of my clients, I woke up and she had an 87-point credit score boost. But we're also going to talk about the gig economy and how you can get into the right mindset. But the biggest things we're going to talk about is how most of y'all just keep losing. You keep losing. And really, your losing is all a mindset. You keep having the wrong mindset. So we're going to talk about those things. We're going to take a few minutes. Let me get some sharing going on throughout my pages here. Get some more people on here. I want to be able to answer. We're going to answer questions tonight for everybody who's on YouTube. That's YouTube at Larenzo Reid. YouTube Larenzo Reid, Larenzo for the blog talk. If you want to get your questions in there. But we're also going to be live on Facebook. So come over to the Coach Renz live Facebook if you want to, have your questions answered and that sort of thing. But we are going to really break this down tonight. We're going to go over different types of gig economies that people just get caught up into. And every year they're just losing, but they just keep doing the same thing over and over again, not realizing that they're just losing. And most people don't have the stomach for it. Most people think they're ready for it. They think they want to, ball out. They have these misconstrued ideas. And yet there's a bunch of freaking scams out there. So we're going to break those things down tonight. So I'm going to give people an opportunity to get on. If you want to do a super chat on YouTube, that's cool. I respect that. I appreciate that, actually. How you doing, Riri? Now we're going to be doing the Alchemy of Life tour. In the Alchemy of Life tour, a lot of the things we're going to talk about tonight are going to be on the Alchemy of Life tour. So we're going to get real deep into it, of how to break down your credit and then build wealth, as well as build relationships and build yourself, build your mental abilities to grow. So I expect you guys to join the Alchemy of Life tour. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, I've reduced the price to $98. Because here's the thing, this is the thing that I realized. If you waste $98 every month you waste $98. If I'm not in a city near you, if it's not coming to one of the cities near you, then you waste vacation time when you could use that as a tax write-off, get you some vacation time. You waste it. You're wasting vacation time as a tax write-off. You're wasting $98 plus every month. So when somebody tells me they don't have the money where to come to a seminar where you're going to learn, where you're going to grow, where you're going to immediately right then send off the letters to help fix your credit. Immediately right then you're going to do your challenges. You're going to understand how to apply for certain things. You're going to set up certain other accounts right then. This is not just a seminar. You come in there and you just sit down. This is you come in, you listen, you learn, but you actively participate. And that's what the Alchemy of Life is about. The Alchemy of Life tour is about you participating, not just coming there, you learn a bunch of stuff and then you go off on your own. You don't really do nothing with it. You don't learn nothing with it. I can't tell you how many people I've seen go to these seminars where, learn how to flip this house. Learn how to do this. And then it's a year later. They ain't flipped nothing. They ain't bought nothing. They ain't tax liened anything. They haven't done anything whatsoever towards actually building what they went to this seminar for. And then the next year, they at the seminar again. Then the next year, they at the seminar again. And then, here's a new thing that's coming. Let me get involved in this one. Let me get involved in that one. And they keep jumping from, they have grasshopper mind. They jump from gig to gig. And we're going to talk about that gig economy as well. We're going to talk about that. Now, some people have different ideas on the entire gig economy kind of deal. And that's cool. I'm not here to squash anybody's ideas on it. But what I do want you to understand is that in the gig economy, there's a way to work that thing for your benefit. And actually, one of my clients who's involved in my financial alchemy program, he's utilizing the gig economy to be able to better himself, to put him in a position to do something better. And we're going to break those down. We're going to talk about those things as well. So, get your questions ready and everything, because we're talking about this for an hour, maybe 2 hours. I don't know. Depends on the questions after I get, as we go through this and some of the other information that I'm going to provide for you guys But when if you listen to this entire video, first of all, if you listen to the whole thing, I want you to let me know. I want you to let me know if you stay with me the whole time. But beyond that, what I want to hear from people is I want to hear stories afterwards of how you took some of the information I'm about to give you and you made a difference in your credit. You then went on to coachrenz.com /the store and you signed up for the Alchemy Tour of Life, the Alchemy Tour of Life, and you're ready to change, man, to get your life right. All right. On this channel for Coach Renz and for my YouTube channel, we talk about sex, we talk about alchemy, we break down religions, we talk about organization, we talk about building communities. Here's the thing. If your credit is bad and your money is bad and you don't know how to have relationships, I don't care how much manifesting you try to do, you do not have smart work behind it. You can talk about manifesting all day, but without smart work, nothing's going to manifest in your life. You can try, you can talk about it, you can put it on the lips of your tongue, on your lips, you can put it on your tongue, you can go to different organizations, you can pray about it, you can kneel about it, you can meditate about it, but if you don't have smart, accurate actions following your thoughts, you're just wasting time. You're just wasting time. And you're going to find yourself losing, constantly and continuously losing. And we're going to go through some of those things today. All right. When you come on, let me know who you are. Let me know who you are and where you are. We're going to talk about this thing. Let me know who you are, where you are. We're going to start having, and if you're interested in calling in on the blog talk, then the guest call-in number is 929-477-3059. Let me give that number again, because even the people here on YouTube and Facebook, they'll be able to hear you. But the call-in number on Blog Talk Radio, if you want to verbalize your question, is 929-477-3059. We'll do that a couple of times. I go through it. I'm going to warn you, I've never had a call-in yet because I just started doing the Blog Talk. So it'll be an interesting thing to see how it works. And I'm going to have some herbal tea while we're going through all this. We have to do, when I do a health show, we'll talk more about the herbal tea and everything. But, so, let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing that you saw in the title, you saw me saying that she got an 87-point boost in her credit score. All right, what does that mean? What am I talking about? How does somebody get an 87-point boost in their credit score, and how can you get the same thing? First, let's look at this and understand a few things. If you don't know your credit score, that in itself is a problem. That's a big problem. You need to know your credit score. All right. So before you start saying that you want to do this, do that, you need to get your credit score. Now, Credit Karma and some of these other places, they give you a good approximation of your credit score, so there's nothing wrong with them. It's a good approximation. Remember, their way of making money is to sell you on getting credit cards. It's through affiliation. But, so she got an 87-point boost. How did she do that? So first, she had to know her credit score. All right. So went out, got her credit score, know what the credit score is. Once you know what it is, and many people are afraid to know what their credit score is, which is asinine, it's stupid, right? Why are you afraid of your own information? And I know you may say, Coach Renz, you're being too hard on people. Well, look, some of y'all need to have a kick in the ass, all right? Because you talk about how you want to build organizations, you want to build communities, but you scared of your own credit score? That's idiotic, that's stupid, that doesn't make any sense. You want to buy a house, but you're scared of your credit score. So first, go get your credit score, right? Whether it's through Credit Karma, whether you pay for it, whatever it is. What's up, LaMarcus? How you doing? Whatever it is, however it is, get your credit score first. Once you know what your credit score is and you start knowing what's on your credit, and when you come to the Alchemy Tour of Life, we're going to go over all those things that's on your credit and break them down as to how you challenge things, get rid of things, how you speak to the people on the phone, what you need to do for each different type situation. But for right now, you want to get an 87-point score on your credit score boost, and you may get 87 points, you may get 50 points, you may get 30 points. It depends on what's on your credit. But what I can tell you is that what I'm about to tell you will guarantee get you a boost on your credit score. And I told you guys this once before. I shot a small video where one of my customers, one of my people who follow me, they came to my popcorn shop, Uncle Renz Popcorn, and we shot a short video of how she got a 37-point boost she got 31 points boost on her credit score by doing this. If you don't do this, then you suck, okay? Because it's just you being plain lazy. That's it. And if you're lazy, you're going to lose. If you procrastinate, you're going to lose. And I know you're saying, damn, it's taking him 10 minutes just to get to how to do this. You know what? If you don't have the patience to wait 10 minutes for me to tell you how to get a 80, 30, 40, 50 point boost on your credit score, you suck and you're going to lose. So if you're tired of being a freaking loser, then you should shut up about 10 minutes, because I know somebody in the comments tomorrow, next day, next month is going to say, why it take him 10 minutes to get there? And I'm purposely waiting 11 minutes. But no, for real, let me go ahead and tell you guys. All right, so of course, y'all know I'm a fan favorite of Navy Federal because I was in the Marine Corps. Navy Federal is very easy. But any credit union is going to have this option for you. Any credit union. Some of you already know what I'm going to say because I said this 3-4 times on other videos. But what I had this young lady do was first join a credit union. She happened to be able to join Navy Federal because of her parents were DOD, so she joined Navy Federal. After she joined Navy Federal, she got her next paycheck. With her next paycheck, she took that $1,000 from their next paycheck. She went to Navy Federal, or actually she called Navy Federal, didn't even have to go in. So for all y'all who too lazy to actually go in, you got to go in and get your account. But she called Navy Federal, called them, said, I want to do a pledge loan. Did it over the phone. They took $1,000 out of her checking and they put it into her savings. Then they took that $1,000 and they did a pledge loan. It's based on her $1,000. Then 10 minutes later, they asked her, what Navy Federal do you want to go to tomorrow to pick up your check for $1,000? So you're out of your money for zero time, pretty much. Now, if you do it over the phone, you're going to have to go get your check tomorrow. If you walk into a branch, you can get your check in like 10 minutes. Then she took the check for $1,000, put that check into, got the check for $1,000. Now, her payment was like $44 a month. The amount of interest over the next 12 months, no, she did a 12 months, so it's not 24 months. It's 12 months, so the payment was like $84, right? So she took the $84, so she took the check, she put $84 into savings. She set it up where the payment is going to come out of savings. It's called a pledge loan. Your bank, your credit union may call it something different, but it's a pledge loan. It's a secured loan by your own money. But this is what you do. She put the $84 into her savings. The money is going to be pulled every month from that savings, that $84. Then she asked, how much interest am I paying over 12 months? The amount of interest she was paying over 12 months until it's paid off is like $12.84. So she put the $84 plus the $12 and like 80 something cents into the savings account.
90 seconds.
Now, once that's in there, I don't know why this thing is telling me 90 seconds. I don't know what that means. I guess I didn't set up a length on the Blog Talk Radio, so I'm gonna have to start that one over. But anyway, so she put the money in there, and then what she did is rotate that money. She allows for Navy Federal to pull the 84 out. When they pull the 84 out,
60 seconds.
They're going to then I want to tell you guys this part, and then I'm going to redo the Blog Talk part. She put the 84 in there. They pull the 84 out. 3 days later, they put 81 back into her account, which is the principal, go right back into that savings. But the $12 and whatever is still there to compensate for the next 11 payments. So all she has to do is let that money rotate. What was left from her $1,000 for after she took out that pretty much $100 and put it into the savings, that $900 is now she pay her bills, she do whatever she wants with that, she lives her life. This money is now rotating, right? It's now rotating. She doesn't have to worry about it. It's going to create 12 months of good payment. But what happened this morning, 2 weeks later, is that she calls me and she says, hey, I got an 87-point credit score, a boost on my credit score. 2 weeks later, it reported to Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, and she got an 87-point score, a credit boost. It takes you all of maybe an hour, 2 hours, maybe to go into a branch and start you an account at a credit union. If you already got a credit union, you're already there. It took all of 10 minutes to get the pledge loan, right? And then and have the young lady set it up so that it automatically rotates. And 2 weeks later, an 80-point boost on her credit score. 87 points boost on the credit score. So I gotta ask you, what are you waiting for? What's the problem? This is one of the things that we do in financial alchemy. This is one of the things we'll be talking about, and even more things at the Alchemy of Life tour. I've done this video. I've talked about this 3, 4, 5 times, right? In this year alone. Why has only one person who is not a client of mine, one person who is not a client of mine has actually went and done it and told me about it? Now, maybe somebody else did it, I don't know. But only one person who has come back and said, you know what, Coach Renz, I went out there, I did the pledge loan, they got like a 37-point score, they got a 31-point boost on their credit score. Other people was like, and they say, oh, that's cool. They find out the information. They ask more questions. They do all this kind of thing. But then they never go do it. You're too busy going to Starbucks. You're too busy talking about how tired you are from your daily grind. You're too busy talking about how you don't have time. You got the kids this. It's the holidays that. I'm going to do it next pay period. I'm going to do it. Hush. It's a bunch of bull. It's a bunch of BS. So what did she ask me next? So after I told her that, after she got that, she was like, okay, so now she's excited, right? She's excited. So she's ready to go. She's ready to move forward. But people sit around and they don't want to do anything, and then all they want to do is complain. And then they get onto these little programs where they see somebody and they flashing you some money. They say, oh, I'm driving this Porsche. I got this house, and you want that. And they see people talking about, oh, make money helping people build their credit. Right? But then you're just following some program and you really don't know what you're doing. You just following a program and you're recruiting people. You're spending more time recruiting people than actually helping people to fix their credit. You really don't know the information. You go to classes, you learn a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but you really don't know. So I had her go and do that, right? Because I've been to some of these little seminars where they talking about this, and not all of them, but they talk about you building your credit. And I'm sitting there like, okay, when are they going to talk about doing the pledge loan? When they're going to talk about the timing, when they're going to talk about, some of them talk about credit mix, they'll give you some good information. I'm not cutting them all down. But it's more about recruiting instead of getting the work done and helping people and getting people to get this stuff done. So of course, she was like, what's next? So then I said, okay, now, because everybody has their own different situation. And that's one of the things, that's why I can't be generic. Everybody has different situations. So once I understood where she was, I said, okay, now, what I need you to do is, because she didn't have any credit cards, go get a credit card. She didn't want to go get a credit card, but go get a credit card. I don't care what you want to do. This is what you got to go do. So she went and got a credit card today. Most people don't like applying for one, but you got this credit boost. So she went and did it. And she got a little $500 credit card. There's a specific one. I told her, go get that one real quick because it'll give you another boost. Within 2-3 weeks, she'll get another boost on her credit score, right? She'll get another boost. And that will push her up some more because it's all about moving forward, getting there one step at a time. And I'm going to tell you guys how some of these people you see there say, oh, get into the 700 credit club within 90 days. I'm going to tell you how they do that as well, which is cool if you have access to do it, or you may want to pay for it. You could pay for it. That's possible. You could do that. But to me, why pay for it? Be patient. Many people don't have patience to do these things, right? And that hurts people. That hurts people when you don't have the patience to do it. You got to have patience to do this thing. the blog talk messed up, guys. So I'm trying to fix that real quick. So I apologize. As you know, I'm still learning this blog talk part. We still working on that one. We're going to get that down packed as well. So I want to know if anybody who's listening to this right now, if you've went out and done that. You've heard me talk about it before. Have you went and done it? And other than that, how many of y'all right now listening are willing to pledge that you're going to go and do it? That this is something you're definitely going to do. All right. Oh, that's what the problem was. I see the problem on that one. I didn't change the duration. All right, so we cool. But how many of y'all will pledge that you'll go and do a pledge loan? I'm pledging to do the pledge loan, right? I want to know how many of y'all will actually do it. You know, if you're watching this and it's tomorrow, it's the day after, it's a week later, you know, still in the comments, pledge that you're going to do it. Pledge that you're going to do it. Don't sit up there and wait. I want you to, who's going to do, who's willing to do it. I'm trying to get this thing started. I have definitely got to spend some time learning more about how to use this thing. But who's willing to do that? And especially during this time of the year. When people are acting like they're so busy, too busy to do anything. Right, so I want to see that. I want to see who's interested, right?
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
And then what we're going to do all right, guys, this is crazy. I don't know where I am in this Blog Talk Radio thing. I'm trying to start this crazy thing. You don't want to act right. It don't want to act right. But anyway, so we're gonna keep it hot, keep it going. I would love for this Blog Talk thing to be working, but it don't want to act right today, and that's fine. That's fine. So let's spend a lot of time. I want to spend a lot of time tonight talking about gig economies, what the gig economy is. Who all knows what the gig economy is? You know, if you know what the gig economy is, let me know. You know, throw some love signs up, throw some thumbs up, some something. If you know what the gig economy is, you know what it is. You just may not know it under that name. But let me know what you think the gig economy is. And y'all being quiet tonight. Right. RG says Uber and Lyft. Exactly. Uber and Lyft are part of the gig economy. All right. So the gig economy is basically a lot of these opportunities for people to, you know, make a little money, you know, make some money doing these different things, you know, driving people with Lyft, driving people with Uber. We're going to talk about Lyft. We're going to talk about Uber, the ride share gigs. We're going to talk about the network marketing gigs. We're going to talk about one of the newest ones, which is the bird chargers and lime charging gigs. We're going to break some of those down. Here's the thing. Some people talk about the fact that, you know, those things are hurting jobs, they're hurting people opportunity, that they can end at any time, that you should avoid them. And you know, some people I respect actually says that. They say that. And that's cool. That's cool. You know, we are allowed to have our differences of opinion. But what I'm going to talk about is how we can make it work for you, the mindset you got to have in order to make it work for you. So by far the most popular one is your
show now. Press 1 to hear important.
I figured out how to get the Blog Talk back up.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4,
So excuse I'm gonna do a little secondary little introduction of welcome back on that one. So welcome back in the Blog Talk Radio Welcome back on that one. I messed that one up, but welcome back. So we're gonna continue. We're talking about the gig economy. So Lyft and Uber. Yours truly. So let me tell you how this happened. Let me tell you a little story. So right around Labor Day weekend, I'm talking to my sister, and she is getting ready to do this Lyft thing, right? And she was asking me how can she best take advantage of it? How can she best make money off of it? Now, prior to that, I had never really investigated the Lyft Uber situation. I didn't know all the ins and outs of it. I just understood it to be, just a way you ride sharing. I've met people. I met a guy who makes $6,000 a month. I met a guy who makes $4,000 a month. I met a guy who only makes a couple of $100, a month. I met people for the entire spectrum. I've talked to people like the guys who make the higher end. I asked them and talked to them about how did they make their money. I'm always curious. I'm always willing to learn. And I listen to people. They got their advertisement, but I'm listening to the people of how they're making their money, right? Listen to their story. The guy I was taking a Lyft ride, he broke everything down to me how he makes $6,000 a month. Another guy broke down how he makes $4,000. So my sister is asking for my advice as to how she can make money. What's the best situation? So I started researching it back in September. Now, after I researched it for a month of how Lyft and Uber and how you make money on it, and she was doing the version where you can rent your own, where they rent a car for you, you rent a car. And so I wanted her to be able to make the most money out of it. And so once my situation was that I had employees at my store, I have my evenings pretty much free. I was like, well, hey, I can take some pressure off my store in order for me to be able to expand and grow my store, as well as not going to interfere with me doing videos. It's not going to interfere with my coaching company because it's during time frames that I'm not usually doing one or the other. So I want to break it down to you. First, the mindset. And this mindset is going to be a repeated mindset to have for the entire gig economy. You got a couple of different mindsets for it. The first overall mindset you need to have when it comes to the gig economy is that it can end any day. Any day the company can shut down. Any day they can change how much money you make. Any day they can change how you make your money. Any day they can change the bonuses. Any day they could do whatever they want. This is why when people tell me, oh, they're in a network marketing company, they say, my business, the business. It is not your business. You're an affiliate to them. You're a salesperson to them. You got to have that mindset. Stop fooling yourself to thinking, okay, when I go out and drive Lyft, I'm not driving my business. I'm an associate. I'm a salesperson. I'm a tool for them to make way more money than I'm ever going to make driving their cars or driving in their cars or driving. You have to have that mindset, right? When you join a network marketing company, realize you don't own the company. Any of these gig economies can shut down at any time. And you got to realize that. The moment you realize that and you accept that as fact, I'm not saying you should stay away from it. What I'm saying is that at this point now, you got the first right thinking of it. The first right thinking. That it's a tool for you to use. Just as much as you are being used as a tool by them, this is a tool for you to use. And yes, there are going to be people who make this much money and people who make that much money and people who make no money and people who lose money. So Uber and Lyft, they've changed over the years, of course, and they'll continue to change and evolve. The secondary mindset that you have to have is the next mindset. Some people say that I'm going to step away from my current job and I'm going to do this full time. There are people that I work with, talk to, they're making $8 an hour, $7 an hour, $10 an hour. But I showed them how they can make $20, $25, $30 an hour driving Lyft, right? Lyft and Uber. Show them how they can make more money. Well, just driving Lyft. I don't really do Uber, but how they can drive Lyft and make even more money. And if you're interested in that, you got to inbox me and I'll give you my code and then I'll teach you more about that. But I'm gonna tell you guys, I'm gonna pretty much tell you right now, but out of appreciation, if you're gonna join Lyft, inbox me, I'll give you my code, and then there's a way to make even more money that way. But here's the thing. The first aspect of driving these things, you gotta be able to understand time. How valuable your time is and when other people are needing you to drive. And this is going to, I'm gonna give you a general, but your city, it has to be city specific, area specific. The first thing, traffic is your enemy when it comes to driving Uber and Lyft. So I've been driving since October. My first 2 months was experimental, right? Even though I did the research, even though I told my sister everything she needs to do in order to make more money doing it, it was all theory until I see her put it into practice. It is all based on the amalgamation of information that I got from different Lyft and Uber drivers over the years, and then looking at the way the program works and looking at how the city of Atlanta functions. It was all theory. Then she began to put it in practice, but then I began to put it in practice because let me see how it works. So what I recognize is that driving during high traffic times, yes, there are people out there who want rides and it's all pink and lit up and let you know that there's a lot of people want to ride, but there's also a lot of drivers out there at that time frame, and a drive that to go pick somebody up and then take them to their destination may take you 30, 40 minutes, so you may get 1 or 2 rides per hour, which those rides may only be like worth $8 or $7 or $10, and so your dollar per hour drops drastically when you do that. So the first thing is avoid the traffic times. You avoid traffic. And in Atlanta, oh my damn, the traffic is horrendous. I went out on one of my experimentations on a Friday. I drove during traffic time. It took me 10 hours to make what I will make in 6 hours when I drive my way, when I drive a better way. All right? 10 hours to do what I do in 6 hours. All right? So, what is the better time? Better time is after 6 o'clock. After 6 p.m. After 6 p.m. is the best time to drive. And if you can drive into the 1 a.m., the 2 a.m., the 3 a.m., even better. And you say, well, Coach Renz, who in the hell is looking for a Lyft ride and Uber ride at 3 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning? There's no, and I'm going to talk about airports in a minute. Who's looking for that at that time frame? Let me tell you who's looking for it. People who are leaving restaurants and bars are looking for a ride at 11, 12 o'clock, 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night. Now, during the 6 o'clock, 6, 7, 8, 9, people are getting home from work. They're coming home from cocktail hours. That's great. I'm going to get to airport. There's a whole thing about the airport as well, Riri. So they are leaving there. Now, depending upon the day of the week, after midnight, between 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, you got the service industry workers are getting off work. So the bartenders, the waitresses, the chefs, the cook, they're getting off work. So now you got those people. And there are less drivers out there at 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Now, of course, on a Friday night, Saturday night, you got all those club goers. You picking them up. And then the wait staff, the restaurant, the entertainment staff, they get off even later, right? And so you're driving them. Now, you'll drive them, and yes, exactly, you'll drive the nursing people, the medical industry. You'll drive all these late night workers, the people who work at warehouses and who work shipping. They're getting off at 2, 3, 4 in the morning. I swear I went back and forth to this FedEx shipping place like 6, 7 times, but they're getting off late. So you still got plenty of people. And if you're driving still and it's 5, 6 in the morning, now you got people getting ready to go to work. Now you got people who are going to the airport. Now you got those people. And you can get those early risers in before traffic starts. And then when traffic starts, get off the road. 7 o'clock, done. 7 o'clock, done. Not driving after 7 o'clock. Not getting in that traffic. Because now a ride that, now I was getting 3 and 4 rides per hour. Now I'm down to 1 and 2 rides per hour because traffic is taking me too damn long because I'm in traffic. Now, a lot of people, when they talked to me about Lyft and Uber, and I thought it was a good idea, they talk about the airport. Why is the airport important? Because the airport gives you long rides. You may take somebody on a 30, 40-minute drive, right? Those 30, 40-minute drive may equal like $18, $20, $30, $40, $60, depending on how far they're going away. The best way to work the airport is if you know you're in one part of town, set your destination to go to the airport. and you'll pick up people along the way, and maybe you'll pick up somebody who's going to the airport. Usually when you're dropping someone off at the airport, it will ring you to pick up somebody leaving the airport. Before you get off the grounds too much of the airport, you'll usually get rung to pull somebody back. The airport pool is a trick if there's a lot of people waiting, right? If there's a lot of people waiting. Says you could not get an Uber, right? It's hard to get one, but here's the thing about the airport pool. And sometimes, even though I wasn't driving today, I just turn it on just to look. And it was like 97 cars waiting, 97 drivers waiting at the airport, in the airport pool for Lyft. It's going to take you about an hour to get a ride. In that hour, I can go get 3 or 4 other rides. Why am I going to sit an hour to maybe get somebody that's going to be $30 when often you may sit there and get somebody who's $10, $12, but I now went out and got 3 rides, 4 rides, and all those totaled up to about $30, $40. So I now did $40 in my hour while you're sitting up here and you may do 15, you may do 10, right? So you got to understand, airport, I don't do the airport pool unless it is below 10 people waiting at in the pool. If there's 10 people below and I happen to be on that side of town, then I get into the pool. Beyond that, there are too many other rides to go get. And then so that's a short version of how you work your Lyft and Ubers. You work it at night. If you really want to make money, you work it at night. Now, I can't normally drive more than 6 hours because of my coaching and because of the popcorn shop, right? So working about 6 hours, 5 days a week, right? And let me rephrase, because I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't get 6 hours in 5 days a week. I may get 6 hours in 3 of those days, and then the other 2 days I may get 1 hour or no hours. Like today, Thursday, I'm probably gonna get 0 hours in, right? But so working about 20 hours, let me put it that way, about somewhere between 20 and 30 hours a week, you're gonna make, if you're doing it my way, you're gonna make about $400 to $600 every week. If you're making, and that's on a week where I may only drive like 12, 13, 15 hours, I'll make like $400. But if you did it just that much, that $400 equals over a 4-week time frame, that's $1,600. If you're doing it, if I do a good week like I did the other week, I had more time, right? So I went out there and I did it, and I pulled up like $600, right, in a week. So over a 4-week time frame, if you did that, that's $2,400. Okay. Now here's the thing. Here's the other mindset you gotta have. I drive Lyft in order to not take money out of my store so I can open more stores. If you're not driving a gig, if you're doing a gig economy thing and you're only going to be making about $500 a month, $500 a week, or $600 a week, or $400 or even $300 a week, you got to have a good purpose for that money. If you were in my financial alchemy program and you said that, look, Coach Renz, I'm leveraged, I did the budget part, and my budget, I'm 98% leveraged. I got all this credit card debt. I got child support debt. I got, student loan debt. I got all these debt. Drive that time frame. Make you that $500 a week. Pay off that debt. You never know when this gig economy is going to end. At least that portion of the gig. Take that $500 a week. Now you got $2,000 a month. Apply that to your debt. How quickly will your debt to income ratio change? If you say that, Coach Renz, I want to start a business and I'm willing to do what it takes, but I want to build my credit. Apply that to your debt. Then take some more, or take a portion, apply to your debt. Take another portion and put that in the bank. Put it in an account that you're going to call Funding My Dream. This is actually your this is actually your investment account. This is your Funding My Dream account. And you're going to save that money so that when you, at the end of 5 years or 6 years or 7 years, and you got the patience, you say 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, now I'm going to take this 40, 50, 60, $80,000, go to the bank, use that as a down payment, you know, a 10% down payment or a 20% down payment, whatever, depending on what the bank is saying, a 10, 20% down payment with my 800 credit score or 760 credit score. And now I'm going to get this $300,000 loan, $500,000 loan to open up my restaurant or to open up my gym or to open up my daycare center or whatever business it is that you went through the process of developing a business plan, going and getting training and understanding and mentoring or coaching in order to open up a business. You know, when you have that mentality with the gig economy, it works for you. It works for you. It works like a big dog for you. I gotta see which hand I can thumb this up. Oh yeah, and yeah, I did skip that part, and you're right. Driving along the city, you know, doing quick pickups. I try to stay downtown. Can't stand when I go into the suburbs. I was stuck in these freaking suburbs for like 3 hours the other night, and I was so pissed. The reason why is because if you're stuck in the suburbs, you could drop somebody off. It could tell you that another person, it'll pick up another person, but that person may be 15 minutes away. You drive 15 minutes to go pick them up, to take them 5 minutes somewhere, which you only made $4 off of that. So you just wasted 20 minutes for $4. So the other thing I told my sister, the other thing I tell other people who are getting involved in the Lyft and Uber thing, stay out of the suburbs. Learn the city streets, get into the city. You want those shorter rides. You want those rides from Buckhead to downtown Atlanta, from downtown to midtown, from East Atlanta to downtown Atlanta. You don't want these, you don't want to be in the suburbs and you got to drive 10 minutes to pick somebody up to take them 5 minutes down the street. You know, now, yeah, you might get the ones who want to go 20 minutes down the street, 30 minutes. Like I took somebody from Buckhead, and I know if you guys are not familiar with Atlanta, you don't even know what I'm talking about. But I took them from Buckhead, 30 minutes up to Alpharetta, and then another person from 30 minutes in Alpharetta to 40 minutes into Lawrenceville. And yeah, those two rides came up to be a total of like $70, $80. But that doesn't happen all the time. Most of the time in the suburbs, you're driving all this distance, all this time for some medium to short rides, and it's not worth your time. You gotta drive the city. And when I'm stuck in the suburbs, I make a mad ass dash to get back to the city when somebody takes me way out into the boonies. Now, here's another thing I want you guys to understand. This is going to take us into a secondary gig economy thought process. If you start doing the gig economy and you are making enough money that, like, let's say you was previously making $2,000 a month, but then you're working this thing, and if you're doing the rental part, I'm not going to go over all the rental stuff, but there's a way to make the rental part work beautifully for you, right? Because that's what my sister does. It can work beautifully for you. Actually, the rental part can wind up being better than driving your own car, but that's a whole 45 minutes of talking. We're not going to go through that. That's something for people who actually are coaching it. The young lady mentioned DoorDash just a second ago, right? DoorDash, Uber Eats, all those kind of things that you can pick up and you can add to it. I'm gonna tell you one of the best things you can add to it, which is another gig economy. So last month, I'm driving around and I started noticing every night around 9 o'clock, all these trucks and cars and vans, they start driving around. And all these birds. Now, if you guys don't know what bird and lime is, in a lot of these major cities, these are the little scooters that people can just rent with their phone and they ride them all around the street and then just leave them wherever they finish riding. So people ride scooters all over the place. A few cities have banned them. So that's where you have to understand again where I said earlier, the gig economy can't always stop. You don't own these companies, so you have to recognize that. So the birds, I don't know what city they're illegal in. If somebody knows, let me know. But a couple of cities has already outlawed them. So it could stop any day. Any day it can stop. But I saw people picking them up. I thought they were stealing them. I was like, man, these people. I said, I knew that was a dumb thing. Look at all these people stealing all these scooters. Man, that dude got a truck and he got about 30, 40 of them in the back of his truck. He just stealing them. He don't even care. All right, police roll up, he don't care. So I thought they were stealing. And then I started realizing, then I found out, like, well, no, they're not stealing, they're charging them them. Then I thought, oh, okay, so they got employees, people work for them to go pick them up and charge them. And then I was driving this guy, and he was like, yeah, I'm going to become a charger of birds. And I was like, what are you talking about? What do you mean you're going to work for the company? You're going to quit your job? And he was like, nah, it's another gig economy thing. Like, okay. So he broke it down to me. Basically, it's like this. You sign up as a charger. You go pick, after 9 o'clock, and most of the time, after 9 o'clock, you pick up ones that it tells you need charging. You pick them up. You can get to it before some other person. You bring it to your home. They send you like 3 or 4 charging units. You bring them home. You can probably charge, if you got 4, you can charge 8. Okay? Because it's going to take maybe up to 4 hours to charge one. So you charge 8. Stop laughing at me, Riri. You charge 8. And then each one is going to be minimum $5. Right? So let's use that minimum as a number of breakdown. It could be anywhere from $5 to $20. Now, there's a whole way to get those and how you should go into that mindset to make this work for you, but we're not going to go into all that. We just want to break it down. So $5 to $20. Scooters, all right, coming out of their condos. And I was like, hey, how much you making? Actually, I was just asking how many scooters you try, how many of those do you do? I was like, how well do you do? How many do you do? And the guy was like, oh, well, we know we do $70 to $80 a night. That's how much they're making, $70 to $80 a night. So let's look at the 70. If you're making $70 a night, let's say you do this 5 nights a week, that's $350 a week. And let's just, even though you're supposed to do 4.33, let's just do 4, right? Let's say they take 2 weeks off a year. You do 4 at 350, that's $1,450 a month, right? Is that something you can live off of? Probably not. But with $1,450 a month added to your lifetime, and what you do is at 9 o'clock, you go out for an hour or 2 hours, you pick up 10 of these scooters, you bring them to your house, you charge them. Each one is going to cost you about 15 cents on your electric bill to charge it. So you charge it, and you make $1,450 a month spending about, and then you have to put them back out there by 7 in the morning. And maybe if you live in the suburbs, it takes you an hour to get into the city to put them out. If you live close to the city, it takes you less. But you go, you put them back out. So you spent 3 hours charging these things 5 days a week. You made $1,450. You're leveraged at 98% in your credit debt to income ratio. You want to open up, you want to start buying real estate properties, but you don't have any investment money. You got that $1,450. Let's make it $1,500. Just make it easier math. You got $1,500. All right. At the end of the year, you got 15,000, 16, 17, 18. You got $18,000 at the end of the year. Now you can take that $18,000. You can go buy you a real estate investment property. Now you got that. You got 10% to go get you a $180,000 house or $180,000 duplex. Now you got that investment money that you can start rolling more rental property into your house. Now you got something. Now you're doing something. This is the mindset you got to have. See, losers don't have that kind of mindset when it comes to it. They think, man, I don't want to be out there. I got to lift them things. I got to put them in my car. I got to drive to the city. Then I got to get up. I got to put them back out there. You know what? Shut the hell up. If that's your mindset, shut it up. Shh. You should be quiet. Don't call yourself an entrepreneur. Don't call yourself a person who got that go-get-it mentality. Don't call yourself a person who makes things happen. Stop rolling up, talking about you going to manifest this and you going to manifest. This kind of thing pisses me off. You have to imagine, as a person who's been coaching people for decades, I used to get all involved and engrossed in people and want them to succeed. And then it took me years to realize that most humans don't have it within them. They're going to be sheep. They're going to be losers their entire life. And if that's what, but here's the thing, if you want a life where you're not, where you going and you're getting 8, 9 hours of sleep, if you're watching television, you want to watch your favorite television show, watch your favorite television show. Get your 8, 9 hours of sleep. Go and be the great dad and mom who's at every one of your kids' events. You want to hang out with your friends, go hang out with your friends. If weekends mean you don't do anything but just hang out on the weekends and have fun, go do that. But when you're doing that, don't complain. Don't talk about how you're manifesting. Don't complain about not having enough money. Don't complain about how the 1% are out there getting it. Don't complain about how every time there's a recession, a new crop of millionaires occur. Don't complain about how people are building their business, and don't complain about how you think it was an overnight success, but you didn't see the work they was doing for 7, 8, 10 years. Don't complain about that immigrant who was over in Africa, over in Asia, who saved money for 10 years just to get their family to America. And then when they got here, they then worked their butt off, worked their face off, lived in a 1-bedroom house with 7 people, and they saved their money, and then they opened up a 7-Eleven or a dime store in your neighborhood or a hair spa place in your neighborhood. And then they got their whole family in there working, and they worked that thing for 10, 12 years. And then they bought the big house, and then they got the car. Don't complain about those people. And don't start talking about, well, you know, that they get help from this and they get help from that. Get over it. What you think? You supposed to just, sure, somebody wins the lottery. Sure, somebody just happens to hit something without putting a whole lot of work into it. But I guarantee you, I have yet to meet someone who is a multimillionaire who did not put 10 years. At 46, he went back to college, study, learn, reinvested his money, and it wasn't until he was 60 that he became a millionaire. All right, 46 to 60. How many years is that? 14 years. All right, it took for him to become a millionaire, and he started at 46. All right, so Colonel Sanders started at 52. Right, was going to kill himself, started at 52. Didn't become a millionaire until he was in his 60s. All right, didn't become a millionaire until he was in his 60s. Took time. If you're not willing to do it, then don't complain. Don't complain when everybody else is doing it. Don't complain when everybody else is out there getting it. And then when you say that, oh, where our community is this, and our community don't have that, and we need to do this in the community, and we need to do that, and why isn't Oprah coming in doing this in the community? Why aren't these athletes doing that in the community? Why aren't these other rich people coming to save you? Ain't no fairy dust coming to save you. Ain't no magic coming to save you. You got to put some effort behind that thing. So if I tell you that there's one gentleman, it takes time to do this. It takes like maybe 6 months to get to this state. I talked to one guy the other night. He got a truck. He's loading his truck up with all these dang on birds, right? All them bird scooters. And I'm like, dude, that's a lot of birds tonight, right? 30 to 40. So he goes around, it takes him about 4 hours to get 30 or 40 of them birds, right? Puts them all in his truck, takes them home, he starts charging. He told me what it is he started with 4 chargers, automatically sent them 4 more, saw he was serious, automatically sent them some more. So he was persistent in getting out there 5, 6 days a week, picking up birds and charging them. So the company said that guy, time I'm meeting him, he got enough charges that he's charging like 30, 40 of these things every night, right? So he goes out for 2 hours, he picks up 30, 40 of them, he takes them all home, he's charging all these birds. He gets 5.5 hours. He's charging 30 to 40. Let's use the low end numbers. Okay, 30 at $5 each. That's how much every day, right? 0, 1, 5, 1. That's $150 a day. Times 5 days. Times 5 days? No, am I doing that math right? Yeah. Times 5 days, $150. Times 5 days is 0, 5, 6, 7, $750 a week. Times 4, it's doing 4, not 4.33, just 4. That's 0, 28. So that's $3,000 a month at minimum. At minimum, this gentleman is making $3,000 a month, working about 4.5, 5 hours a night, making $3,000 a month. I'm just saying, dramatic pause and all of that. Okay? 4.5 hours. Took him about 5, 6 months to get to where they sent him enough charges where he could do that. 4.5 hours, $3,000 a month he makes. That's on the for some of those birds. So what he told me is that he averages about $5,000 a month charging birds, working about 5 hours a night. But it took him a moment to get there. All right? It took him a moment to get there. So let's say you're driving Lyft or Uber. You're driving. 9 o'clock hits. Pick up some damn birds. Pick up 10 birds. You take them home, you charge them, you make an extra $1,000 a month. So let's Uber. Then you pick up some birds. That's an extra grand while you're sleeping, right? You get up in the morning, you drop them off, you go back home, maybe you go back to sleep, maybe you drive during the early morning traffic rush. You know, you get your until 7 o'clock, 7, 8 o'clock, you drive to those people. You're making it work for you. Or maybe you got a regular gig, you go do your regular gig from 9 to 5, then you drive Lyft from 6 to 10, 6 to 11, you pick up some birds, you take them home, you charge them, you get up in the morning, you drop off your birds, you go to your night. That's a lot, man. I don't feel like doing all that. When do I get to enjoy life? When do I get to have fun? When do I get to live? When do I get to go on vacation? Let me tell you something. You've been doing that for 10, 15, 20 years. And you're losing. You're losing. Anytime you do something different, it's time you do something different. You see, people come to me and they say, I want to fix my credit score. Okay, how much money you got? Because let's say we've done you take my first letter, and you take the first letter, you go out, you do some challenges. Let's say the challenges come back and they verify that those actual accounts are proof documentation that I signed it, and they send the contracts and everything, they're proving it, they got it. And then you do the next letter. And let's say at the end of the promise they'll get you every credit, everything off, they bullshit. You can't get everything off all the time. Some things ain't gonna go nowhere. Some companies are relentless about keeping that information on your credit report, right? And I'm not talking about credit agents. Like some of these credit cards, like Premier, it's a Premier or Platinum. It's one of them banks. It's one of them credit cards. They gangster. They ain't taking nothing off, right? Right. So let's say you can't get them off. Well, your last resort is a pay to delete. You can, if you still got like 3 years before it drops off, you may want to do a pay to delete letter. And here's the thing about pay. Let's make sure I'm enunciating that so you understand what I'm saying. You got to pay it in full, the whole amount. Never do one of those, I'll pay you 50%, I'll pay you 30% on the dollar. Never do those because it shows up on your credit as, paid amount less than what was owed, and that's going to still hurt your credit. So even though you get a little bit of boost because it does now show pay, it stays on there. And when your credit is reviewed, say by a mortgage company, the mortgage company is like, but you didn't fully pay that debt. All right. You go get a business loan, but you didn't fully pay that debt. All right. The only time that helps you is you just want to raise your score so you can get another credit card or you can get a car or something like that because they're not looking at your credit. They're not looking line for line. But mortgage companies looking line for line. They want to see who you are. All right. So you want to buy a house, pay to the lead, pay the whole amount off. You want to buy some property, some land, pay to the lead. You want a business loan, pay to the lead, get the whole thing off. But you saying, oh, Coach Renz, I want to do a pay to the lead, but I ain't got no money. It's off. Like, I don't even know what a weekend is. I don't. The people that I'm around, sometimes I'm like, what day is this? Like yesterday, I was like, no, yesterday and today, I was like, what's today? Oh, it's Tuesday? Shit, I thought it was Thursday. Because the days don't matter. Every day is a work day. Every day is a work day. You want to watch the Falcons? Watch the Falcons. They suck right now, but watch them. You want to do whatever, do whatever. If you want to do that, go do that, but don't complain. But if you want to change everything, don't tell me that you can't, that it's not out there. Riri said her adult children too many ways. That's why, and let me go ahead and do a shameless plug again at the 1 hour mark. If you're listening to this and you're saying that you want to make a change in your life, like seriously make a change in your life, your relationship, a change in your money life, a change in your health, your balance, your energy, your peace life, then you need to be at the Alchemy of Life tour. All this, the stuff I'm talking about right now, we're going to go into so deep details about it. We're going to break down your credit. I'm going to show you how to build wealth. I'm going to show you how to get into the right mindset so you can manifest in life what you truly want to have. But I'm going to show you how to put the right work behind it. You're in a jacked up relationship. I'm going to show you how to put the right work behind it. You can't get your health right work behind it, right mindset. I'm going to show you these things. We're coming to a city near you, somewhere near you. If it's not near you, you need a damn vacation. Come to Miami, write the whole thing off on your taxes. And by the way, you can write up, if you telling me right now that you don't have the $98 to sign up for the Alchemy of Life tour, and I don't care that it's December, I don't care that it's holiday shopping and all that, I don't care that it's the end of the year. If you don't have $98, you have a problem. You need to be there. You got a mental problem and a financial problem. All right. You got a way of thinking problem and a financial problem. You need to be at the Alchemy of Life tour because you need to change how you're living because you are losing. You are losing. My father always had $100 bill in his wallet. My grandfather always had $100 bill in their wallet. And mind you, this is like the 1970s, 1980s. They always had $100 bill in their wallet because they knew that you should always at least have that much money available. When this video is over, if you're in the middle of watching this video and you're not going over to coachrenz.com/the-store and you're signing up for the city that you're closest to, you got a problem. You got a problem. You got to get there, right? It doesn't show that it's frozen on YouTube. If it's freezing on YouTube again, I'll be pissed because it froze last week. Y'all let me know on YouTube. But you need help. You need to break the cycle of losing. All right? If you're saying that, I just can't find the right gig for me. I can't. My sister, the way her hips are set up and the way her knees are set up, she can't lift the little scooters. She can't do that. Y'all let me know if it's frozen on YouTube. She can't do that. But there are other things. She's driving to live, but there's some other things that you can do, right? Is freezing or is it frozen? Did y'all hear all that stuff I just said about joining the Alchemy of Life tour? Let me know that, Riri. Did you hear all that? Because I want to know if you did, because I will repeat it, because there is no reason why you should be an adult walking around without $100 that you can say, I'm going to the Alchemy of Life tour. I'm going to be there because I need to learn how to get into the winner's circle. I need to learn how to win. I need to learn how to evaluate my life, evaluate my money, get my life and my credit, my health, my relationships in order. All right? So I froze on that part. All right? So basically, it's $98. I reduced the price of the Alchemy of Tour Life to $98. Okay, you heard me. Good. So y'all need to be there. Plain and simple. And if you're procrastinating, that's a problem. That's a problem. That's why people don't win. Too much procrastination, too much waiting, too much sitting and waiting on something to happen. Something's going to get better. Okay, when I get time or you got to do it now. You got to do it now. Because you're just hurting yourself. Here's the thing. Let's say I put out, I believe, 10 dates for the Alchemy of Tour Life. 10 or 12 days. Let's say nobody shows up for not one of them. Nobody signs up for none of it. Does that hurt me? Emotionally, will I be a little bit like, dang, that's messed up? But financially, will it hurt me? No. I'm probably going to go to all those cities anyway. All right? But is it going to hurt me? No. It's not going to hurt me financially at all. Only thing it will make me do financially is say, okay, my marketing is off. The way I express the information is off. Maybe my circle of people is off. Because I was just explaining to a young lady that I was coaching the other night, is that the reason why you feel that distortion feel, and Chicago's on the list. Chicago's on the list. It's not during the wintertime, but it's on the list because I'm not going anywhere where it's cold. But I was telling her the reason why other people don't feel right around you is because your energy creates a distortion field within them, and it's also bouncing back at you. So you got to change your tribe. So if nobody signs up for it, I need to change my tribe. Because if nobody don't find value in what I'm telling you, I got to change my tribe. Because part of my mission, my rationale, my reasoning, my purpose for being is to provide. It is a workshop. You will bring your credit report. I will give you the Financial Alchemy DIY guide. You'll walk out with that in hand. You'll walk out with my book, how to find your divine soulmate. You're gonna walk out with a copy of the Valiant, and you're gonna get a digital copy of my book, How to Escape Mental Welfare. You're gonna walk out with those 3 books in hands, 1 book digitally, and you will have done challenge letters to your credit while you're there. You will have done It depends on what your situation. You would have applied for certain credit cards, or you would have taken your tail and got a share loan started, or made a phone call to get it going. You will have done something towards moving in that direction, right? You will not walk out and say, "Oh, I just got a bunch of great information." That's not going to happen. All right, I will kick myself in the head if people are walking out doing that, and I will be pissed if I see people not doing it. And I will let you know, what are you doing? Why are you here? If you're not doing the work. We can talk all the talk we want, people, but we gotta put real action behind it. And y'all know how I am. Oh, you ain't had money? You ain't had $98? Really? You ain't had $98? Then you should have been there. If you're saying that, you should really be there. So let's talk about some other things. Let's talk about a real sensitive gig economy thing to a lot of people. That is network marketing, multi-level marketing, pyramids, whatever you want to call it. Now, yeah, the whole economy is a pyramid. People at the top always make the most money. I want to go ahead and first preface this by saying that I know in the Atlanta area for one network marketing company that I was a part of, but I had a purpose for it. I just wanted the $600 a month plus the car. That's all I wanted. That was the whole purpose for it, for me doing it. I achieved my purpose and I was done. You know, until the $600 wasn't worth the work I was doing, I was done. But I know of 5 people, well, 4 people who actually became millionaires in that company. One person just made some good money. Most of the people made, I've seen a lot of the people with the cars, right? But most people didn't make. Show you that 98% of the people involved in a network marketing company either make zero or make negative money. Negative money means that you're putting more out than you got coming in. All right? And how do you account for that money? How does that money look? You going out and you going to all the meetings. You got the website. You got the business cards. You buying new clothes. You going to all the dinners. You taking all the little trips. You're doing the learning class. You're buying this book. You're buying that book. You're spending all this little small ancillary money that you're not really accounting for, and then you make $150 a month. You make $200 a month. But you spent $300 and $400 and $500 every month. That income, you got a problem. And first of all, like I said earlier, it ain't your business because they can stop it anytime they want to. So please, oh God, there's like this cold chill that goes up my spine every time somebody in a network marketing company call it their business. And I don't care if you go get a business license that has your company name on it and the company's paying you through that business license. Yes, that structure is a business, but your products is not yours. If they shut it down, what happens to your paperwork structure? What happens to it? Do you have another way of creating income for that structure? If you don't have a business. Anybody can say they're an entrepreneur. Anybody can put that on a card. A system that consistently brings you more income than outgo, you're not a business owner nor an entrepreneur. I'm sorry, I'm trying to bust your bubble. But most people, network marketing easily creates this image, and I see it all the time where people, they got the cars, they got the money, they got fake money, they got all these things, they got the look. They went to their bank, they pulled out, we just made this money over the weekend. You can make it too. Just call me or inbox me. Want to know how I made this money? Inbox me. Anybody looking for an opportunity to make money? Inbox me. Want to make $3,000 a month while working from home? Inbox me. The moment I see inbox me, I know you full of shit. All right? Plain and simple. You full of it. And it's a network marketing company. And guess what? 98% of the people don't make money. Now, can you make money in these? Yes, you can. You can. You can become part of the 2%. You can. But it takes a lot of work. And it takes a lot of recruiting. The moment you say that your business is driven by product A, product B, product C, you're lying to yourself. That business is driven by recruiting. You need to realize that. The moment you realize that, you might be successful. Because every person I have known who was successful in network marketing were successful recruiters. Not successful at selling a product, not successful at selling insurance, selling a protein shake, selling telecommunication. No, they were successful at recruiting you to join them, to help you recruit 3 more, to help them recruit 3 more, to help them recruit 3 more, to get this bonus, that bonus, this bonus, that bonus. So if you want to be successful in network marketing, you have to be a good recruiter. A good recruiter. You have to bring the silver platter, how detrimental it may be to them. No matter how much money is taken out of their pocket, they will hold on to it. They can be losing money because you got to know downline will not make money and you're fine with that. You're good. You don't care. You may tell yourself you do. You may say that, well, they don't make money because they don't show up at the meeting. They don't make money because they don't make the phone calls. They don't make money because they're not on the group calls. They don't make money because they don't come to the training classes. They don't make money because of whatever you say. But in truth, they don't make money because they're not good at recruiting. If you wanted to sell insurance, do their monthly payments, you can go do that with any company. You don't have to join a network marketing company to do that. You can go get your Series 6 license, your Series 7 license with any company. You don't have to do that. If you want to sell protein shakes, you can get on Alibaba, find a good protein shake, private label it, and you can make money. You can do all kinds of things. Can you recruit? So if you can recruit, network marketing will probably work for you. But if you can't sell people the dream, sell people the look at me. There's something on YouTube, the commercial that drives me insane now. There's a little Asian guy, and he's in the little yellow Porsche, and of course, first he's driving in the parking lot. If you watch the scenery behind him, see, it's like a magician. Right? They want you watching this while something else is going on in the background. The real magic is over there. So first he looks like he's driving the Porsche, but he's in a parking lot. And then he's like, okay, let's take a ride. And he goes, zoom. And then the camera cuts to another scene. The zoom was a car or a friend of mine's car. Or I made this money because I tricked y'all into buying my book. Right? So then he goes, zoom. And then there's a cut scene where he's sitting there, he's standing next to the car in front of some, I think, a high school. And he's like, this is where I started. All right, which you were probably there yesterday. But he's standing in front of the car. And now he's talking like, with my book, I showed you the 27th question. When was the last time you seen anyone on the Forbes 500 out there giving you the secrets to how they made their money in this little book? If you plant these tiny little ads, that was my favorite guy back in the day, these tiny little ads. When's the last time you seen these guys doing that? When's the last time you seen them giving you some kind of seminar on that, unless they are expressly doing that? Robert Kiyosaki was there to teach you he was there to sell his book, to teach you his book. Before he ever made his board game, he made money in real estate. Before any of these guys came out, they made money. T. Harv Eker made money with a vitamin shop. He became wealthy off a vitamin shop before he ever made money selling his Millionaire Mountain Intensive programs and all his other training programs. They made money some other way. Had to become independently wealthy before doing something, because you got to prove that you can make money. When you ain't seen Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, you ain't seen Oprah, you ain't seen none of these people coming out trying to tell you on some program. Yeah, you got that Dan Merrill guy who's trying to sell you on flip some real estate. You got him trying to sell you on that and get you to spend $50,000 on an educational program. You got that guy. I mean, that's not like the college scam. That's like a year tuition, right, at college. So you got people who are out there, they bullshitting you. You got to read through this BS, man. You got to be able to say, you know what? These people, if the richest person in your town, in your city, are not trying to tell you how they became rich. They don't have a program trying to tell you that. No, they out there just doing it. So, and what they're trying to sell you is the idea of passive income. Passive income. Everybody wants passive income. Everybody listening, whoever listens, they're going to want some passive income. And the question is, how do you get passive income? First of all, you have to recognize that passive income in the framework that we understand and accept passive income is a load of crap. All right? It's a load of crap. The reason why I say it's a load of crap in the framework that most of us understand it is because we've been sold the idea of, oh, you just make six figures sitting on a beach in Jamaica on your laptop. Let me tell you something. True passive process. Product. I know a young lady, she's making almost six figures. Last time I checked in, she was making almost six figures. She spends 6 to 12 hours a day, depending upon the day, depending upon the season, what's going on. She spends 6 to 12 hours a day working with manufacturers, working with her shippers, suppliers, working with her drop shipping, working with people, working on her marketing. She spends most of the time on her marketing. She spends at least 6 of those hours. When she works 6 hours, it's because she spends 6 hours just marketing. The 12 hours, the other 6 hours usually make it pure, straight up marketing. Somebody has a question, she's answering the post. She's posting 3, 5, 6, 7, 8 times to people all day, 6 hours, getting that information out there. She's doing those sales, right? I don't know why it's freezing on YouTube, but anyway, so she's spending hours upon hours working the marketing in, right? She's selling the product. You can find a good product to sell. If you have a business license, you can go to, in Atlanta, we have the America's Market. You can go there and buy things on wholesale, and you can sell it, but you got to spend that time online, marketing. Passport Global. Andre spends tons of hours marketing his shirts and marketing his fashion, right? He's on there for hours and hours and hours. Passive income is when you put in so many hours, so much time that you built a brand. You got a brand. You're selling a product, you built a brand. When people go buy Nike, they don't go buy because of a cookie that's in that program. They don't go because they see a commercial. They didn't go because some athlete's wearing it. They went because they bought into the brand. People stop at McDonald's because it's convenient, but also they bought into the brand. Because McDonald's is here, but there's probably something better across the street. But they bought into the brand. Quick Trip built all their cafe and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if you guys have a Quick Trip near you, but it's all cafe'd out and everything. I will pass 50-11 other gas stations and stop at a Quick Trip because Quick Trip has branded themselves as a gas station, cafe, restaurant, whole deal, right? Hell, I need to plug my tire, right? One of my tires need to be plugged, but I haven't taken the time to go do it. So Quick Trip has free air. The fact that they got free air, I will go out of my way to go to a Quick Trip to get gas and free air for my tire, right? How you doing, Nikki? But they built a brand, and that's the thing. If you're gonna sell something, you gotta build a brand. Once you built the brand, now you can start getting passive income. The other thing, so there's a product, there's people. The other way that you get passive income is you invest in people. One of my favorite people to listen to is a guy named Gary Vaynerchuk. Gary V is great at marketing. Half the stuff that I've said on here, I've heard him say, right? So I give credit where credit's due. Half the stuff I've said, I've heard him say. And the thing about that is, he invested in Uber. He invested in Facebook. He's invested his money and got it at 400 times X multiple times. He invested in some of these companies that we're using that I'm talking about. That he's invested in some of those companies, but he made money first with his marketing company in order for him to have the money to invest in other people's business and invest at a time frame where it's early so that he gets the bulk of the money out later. That's passive income. But he had to build a company, become wealthy enough to get involved in that first. Or even you. If you took one of those gig economy things And then you bring it full circle, and now you saved up 18,000. Now you got 20,000 that you saved. You got 30, 40, 50,000 dollars you saved up. And you know you got a friend who has a business, and that business is doing okay, but you know you can buy 10% of his business, of their business, with $50,000. And you buy that 10% because you know that $50,000, you went over the numbers, you look at the plan, and you see the expansion and whatever else they want to do, and you believe it's a good bet for whatever. When you worked everything out and you believe in the person, you got to believe in the person. You believe in the person running it. Then your $50,000 over the course of the next 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years may turn into you getting $50,000, $60,000 a year in return when you got patience, because you got to be a patient investor. That's residual income. That's passive income. You invest in the people and what they're doing. Then there's the process or system, business system. The business system is not your network marketing company. It's not your gig economy stuff. A business system is the system that person is running, that other person is running. It's not your stocks and bonds. It's not a business system, right? But it's the one that somebody else is running. What does their system look like? How are they making money? What is the plan? Is this an investment? Like if somebody came to me at a point, and let's say I had $70,000 right now, and I was looking to invest it in something, but I know I wanted to invest in something that's going to make a lot of money over a short period of time, right? And somebody wanted to open up they had a brilliant idea for a bar restaurant that is unlike anything else here in Atlanta. I put $70,000 into it. I know that over the next 5 to 7 years, it's probably going to run its course. But I have to look at it and say, in 5 to 7 years, can I 3, 4 times my money? Can I 5, 6 times my money? If it looks like I can 5, 6 times my money, I'll make that investment. But let's look at another system. Another system, real estate. Real estate is a beautiful system. It hasn't went anywhere. It's been the same. It has its ups and downs, but there's people who make money in the up. There's people who make money in the down. You just got to figure out the system of when to invest and when not. When to hold them, when to let them go. When you got to know when to hold them. I ain't gonna do that again. I got fussed at for messing up the lyrics of that song. Good gracious, people fussed at me. You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them. And people fussed at me. But real estate is always a good investment. Let's say real estate or got a piece of real estate, and you were able to, and you said right now, you got if you had a good piece of real estate in a decent area and good access to either public transportation or highway system, I would tell you to Airbnb it. Now, Airbnb is another gig economy thing, yes. And you don't know how long it's going to last. I honestly think Airbnb is going to be around at least the next 20, 30 years. So I think Airbnb is a really good bet, right? So you go and you Airbnb that house that you just bought, or that duplex, that condo, whatever it is, you Airbnb it. I would tell you to Airbnb before doing a straight hard lease. Yeah, the hard lease, you got a person in there for a year. They're paying you, 2 times your rent every month. But Airbnb, you have the opportunity to make 3, 4, 5 times your rent every month. 3, 4, 5 times your rent every month. I would tell you to Airbnb that thing. So let me tell you about another guy. He started out, his son went off to college, got an extra bedroom. He decides to Airbnb the bedroom. For 2 years, that bedroom has never been empty, right? It's been rented out every day. I think that it's $40 a day, every day. $40 a day. I'm not doing the math on that. Y'all can do the math on that one. Somebody tell me what $40 a day is. And let's say, even though he says it's every day, let's say he misses a few, couple weeks out of that, right? So let's say it's 350 days. Instead of 364, 350 days is rented out at $40. Since I just said that, I can probably do the math real quick. There's a 0, there's another 0, that's 20, that's another 0, that's 12. So that's like 13, 14. So that's $14,000. I think that's right. $14,000 a year for renting one room in his house. He did that for 2 years. Then he took the $28,000 and he went and bought 2 rental properties, two houses. He bought those 2 houses and then he rented those out at Airbnb. And he tells me that they're rented out about 80% of the time. Rent out those two houses, 80%. I think they go for. He told me they go for like one goes for like $100 a day. The other one goes for like $120 a day. 80% of the time they'll rent it out. I got a spreadsheet that breaks all that down. So people who come to the when you come to the Alchemy of Tour, the Alchemy of Life tour, you'll get a spreadsheet that I show you how to break down the possibilities of an Airbnb. Right? I broke it down, put it into a spreadsheet, got everything situated so that all you got to do is plug in the numbers. Right? You plug in your base number of how much it costs and then all your overhead, and it'll tell you whether or not you're making a good Airbnb investment or you're making a bad Airbnb investment. So, but you're only going to get that if you come to the Alchemy of Tour Life. The Alchemy of Life tour. If you come to the Alchemy of Life tour, you'll get that spreadsheet. That's part of what the digital work that you'll get. So anyway, so he does that. And he did that. But then he realized something. He met a guy in Dallas, Texas. That guy in Dallas, Texas had 40 Airbnbs. And he asked the guy, like, how did you get 40 Airbnbs? He rents other houses and flips them into Airbnbs. He doesn't own the 40 houses. He rents the 40 houses. Now, I know some of you who live in fear are going to say, well, if he's renting those, what if Airbnb dissolves itself? Now he has 40 leases that he's accountable for. This is true. He does. What is there to say about that? It is what it is, right? How you doing, Nikki? How you doing, Nikki? I'm doing pretty good. It is what it is. But like I said, Airbnb is going to be around for at least 20 years. At least 20 years. Probably longer, right? But Airbnb is going to be around. So I don't think he's losing anything. And then if Airbnb dies, I'm sure it'll die because another company takes its place. And you can just migrate your houses over to that one. But over the next 40 years, I think he's going to be good. 20, 30 years, he's going to be good. But so the guy got 40 houses. So he came back to Atlanta and he started renting houses. Now he has 12 properties that he rents. And that's all he does. He rents 12 properties. They're all Airbnb. Of course, he got to put the money to outfit the house, clean the house up, get the house squared away, ready for an Airbnb. Does he do it on a sneak tip? No. The landlord knows, I'm renting your house to Airbnb your house. It'll get an Airbnb, puts an extra $1 million of an insurance on your house. So any damage, it's never going to come out of your insurance. It'll come out of Airbnb's insurance. I got a professional cleaning. They're going to come and clean the house after every guest. So your house is going to be clean more often than if you had a hard renter in there. He presented it in a way that made the landlord say, you know what? Yeah, go ahead and do that. And some people say, well, why wouldn't the landlord do it? Have some landlords said, no, you're not going to do that. I can do that myself. But then they never do it. And they wind up calling them back saying, oh, okay, are you still interested? Because a regular landlord don't want to deal with it, right? Right? So they rent these houses. He said, let you try that in Wisconsin. You should. Actually, you know what? I'm getting ready to set up an Airbnb. I'm gonna shoot some video of setting up the Airbnb. All right, that I'm setting up. I'll be doing some of the work this week, setting up this Airbnb. So I'll document some of that, of setting up my first Airbnb. It's just a little one bedroom apartment. We'll see how I go, and I'm gonna keep documenting it. But yeah. So he set that up. Now, he makes a living off that. That's how he lives. What I'm telling you is that I have a friend, and I'm going to use that old church term. Bless her heart. She drives me crazy. I know that she needs money. She needs more money. She needs more income coming in. She's one person in a 4-bedroom house. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, in a 4-bedroom house. 3 of those rooms, she can be Airbnb. One room has a private bathroom. She can get $50 a night for that one. Or probably 60. She can get where she's located, you can get $60 a night for that one. The other 2 rooms, she can easily get $40 a night. And the reason why I know she can get $40 a night for the other 2 rooms, they have the shared bathroom. is because she lives down the street from the guy that I was just talking about. So it's the same area. So if all 3 rooms are rented out, that's 60 plus 40, that's 100, 140, that's $140 a day. If it's rented for 20 days, let's say 20 days out of the month, which is not even 80%, I don't think. Let's say 20 days out of the month that she's getting $140 a day. That's 0, 8, 2, so 200 and no, that can't be right. Oh, 20 days, another 0. So that's $2,080, $800 a month. $2,800 a month she would have coming in as income. She doesn't need a cleaning service because she's there. She can keep it clean. She doesn't need a concierge because she's there. She can let them in and out, give them the extra key, whatever, however she wants to do it. $20. She got, matter of fact, there's an upstairs living room, there's a den downstairs, there's downstairs another room down. She has plenty of room. Her house will be very marketable on Airbnb. But she could add $2,800 a month just in the house she's in right now. Just in the house she's in right now. Right? So she wouldn't have this need. She would never have a need for money in her current situation. You know, her current lifestyle set would be good to go. It's not always about becoming super wealthy, but just living comfortably. Yeah, you're gonna have guests in your house. Be a great host. Be a great hostess, right? Make that money. Now, let's say $2,800. She's doing that. Saving some of that money. Let's say she's putting $1,800 up every month. She's using the other $1,000 to like tighten up, you know, to make the ends meet. She got $1,800 a month that she's putting away. After say like 10 months, she's at $18,000. She go and she buy a house that she wants, right? Now she takes that same house she's in, she flips it as a full Airbnb where she's charging maybe $200 for the whole house, right? $200 for the entire house, or $180 for the entire house, right? Now she's doing $180. She can probably get more, and she got her other house that she's in. That house will pay for the other house. The Airbnb house will pay the mortgage for the new house that she just bought. Right? It'll pay for the rent and the new house. And I know this because I did the numbers for her on that, just to try to convince her to do it. Right? Suck it up for a year, do it, and then buy you a house that you want, but have your Airbnb pay for it, and then use some more money to go get you another Airbnb so that you can now travel the way you want to travel. She's retired. And I'm sure I'm going to get a phone call tomorrow saying, why are you telling all my business? But I didn't say any names, so it doesn't really matter. But she ain't going to listen this far to the video anyway, because she just asks me questions all the time. But anyway, so I'm just saying, guys, there's so many ways you can make money. For you to sit up here and say that you can't make money is a bunch of bull, a bunch of BS. Stop taking the easy route. Stop taking that easy route. All right, it's you got to get out there and put it in. You got to grind. And most people don't have the grind in them. But even before you grind, you got to have a plan. You got to have a plan. All right? If I would not drive Lyft if it wasn't a plan for it to allow me to open up more of my Uncle Renz popcorn shops. That is the whole point. Otherwise, I'd just be at my store all day. I would cut one employee. I'd be at my store. I would work that shift. I would use that time when I'm not making product because my other employees would make all the product under my guidance. I would be doing the marketing, doing videos, doing things like that to promote the store. If the goal was just to build that one store, but I saw this as an opportunity to one, free up my time, because my time is very valuable to me. Free up my time, but also free up the ability for my store to make money so I can open another store. Because I saw a location the other day, and that's another thing. I'm getting paid to drive around, and I pass by these other locations like, ooh, that might be a good spot. So let me come back and check that out. And then I go by there, and I check it out, then I turn the dang lift thing back on. But I saw a location the other day. I'm calling those people in the morning to see about that location. It's all about growing. I have a plan for it. So before you do a gig economy thing, what's your plan? What is it there for? If you are upside down in your debt to income ratio, let that gig economy thing fix your debt. All right, let's get that squared away first. Let's get that. I wish Andre was on here because Andre would tell you that the average household, the average African American, the black, whatever you want to call it, the average household has a value of less than $150. Less than $150 is the value of the average household, black household in America. In America, that's freaking sad. That's horrible. That's horrendous. And I know we can talk about slave mentality, we can talk about Jim Crow laws, we can talk about Black Wall Street burning, we can talk about all these things. But the only thing that's stopping you from doing some of these gig economy things to fix your credit, to invest in real estate, to invest in businesses, to invest in other people who are running business is you. At the end of the day, the buck stops with you. The final decision is yours. No one can stop you. Now, if you got a record or you ain't got a driver's license, you got DUIs, yeah, you can't do the lift and all that. But you can, as Gary Vee would say, you can take your butt to estate sales, you can take yourself to garage sales, you can go and buy things off clearance, and then you can spend the 6-7 hours a day, 5 hours a night marketing things that you bought at garage sales, estate sales, and off the clearance rack, marketing those things on OfferUp and Make-A-Wish or whatever is it, Wish thing and Facebook Marketplace. You can sell those things. And he did a challenge in 2016, where at the beginning of 2017, for people to make $20,170, something like that. $20,170 during the course of that year. I halfway took the challenge and I made like a little under $10,000 for the year. Just buying things. I had the Nextdoor app. I would see what people are selling around me and I would go get it. Some of the stuff was free. Some of the things I had to buy. Went and bought it. I put it up for sale on Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace that just came out. So Facebook Marketplace a little bit, mostly on Craigslist and eBay, and I sold that stuff, right? I sold that stuff. I made an extra almost $10,000 doing that. So when somebody tell me you ain't got the money, no, you just don't have you don't have it within you to win. That's what you don't have. When you tell me you can't come to the Alchemy of Light tour, you're either not interested, and I can respect that. You don't find value in what I talk about. I can respect that. You don't think I'm worth $98. I can respect that. But if you think I'm worth it, if you think the information that I give you is worth it, if you think that you will gain value from it and be able to do better in your life, and that is worth it, if you think you can get that extra credit bump, if you can figure out your right credit mix, if you can get you a good plan, if you can get on my budget, my 70-10-10-10 budget plan, if you can learn how you can use these gig economy things to make more money, to bring you to a great business plan and break that generational, I hate saying curse, but it's a generational conditioning of poverty or low end income. If you believe that I can help you do that, don't tell me you ain't got $98. Don't tell me that. Because what you really tell me is that it's not within you. It's not within you. It's not something that you are capable of doing for yourself. This lady asked me the other night, she said, you own a gourmet popcorn shop. Why are you driving Lyft? I told her I was patient enough to sit in my store and develop and grow my business, grow the store while I'm there, grow my business while I'm at the store. But then my son told me that he doesn't want to go to college first. He wants to come and work for me and help me grow my stores. That put me in a mindset that by the time he graduates, I need to have a couple more stores. By the time he's been working for me for a year, we need to have 4 or 5 more stores. So it put me in a mindset of, I got to do more. I have to do more. My time frame shortened. I got to do more because my son, I've already given my kids, me and my kids' mother, we've given them more than what we had. We've given them more than what we had financially. We've given them more than what we've had education-wise. We've given them more than what we've had wisdom-wise, what we was given, and we are appreciative of our parents, but we've given them more than what our parents gave us, which is what you're supposed to do. But at this juncture, I'm like, no, I got to give my son even more than that. My daughters have what they asked for, and they're getting it. And they know that there's more that they will continue to get. My son asked me for this, so that's what he has to get more now. So when she asked me, why am I driving Lyft? Because I have a responsibility to give and have as much opportunity as possible for my children. And in this case, for my son. So, and trust me, don't think I'm being biased, because I'm harder on my son than I am on my girls, right? If it was one of my girls who said it, oh, I'd be driving Lyft, I'd be selling stuff online, I'd be picking up birds, I'd be sweeping the streets, I'd be doing so much more if it was my girls than I'm doing for my son. But I gotta make that joke work hard. So I'm biased. Yes, I am very biased. I'll break all kinds of things for my girls, but that boy, it's a totally different story. He gotta get his manhood on. Totally different. So I'm very biased. Very biased. But I told her that's why. That's why. And if you're sitting there, if you got kids, if you got family, if you got people who look up to you, then you have a responsibility to do more, to do better. And if you're sitting there saying that you're making excuse after excuse after excuse, you're hurting yourself, but you're hurting those people. You're hurting your future generations. You see that picture right there? Right there? That guy? Right? I want a big picture like that of me in my great grandkids' house. I want them to point and say, you know, our ancestor, Larenzo Reid, he started this. He started this whole thing. The reason why the Reid family has, you know, been a part of this Pan-African Caribbean trilateral building, this nation building, the reason why we're involved in mining and we're involved in precious metals and whatever the heck they're doing in space and all this, the reason we're involved in whatever is going on in the next 300 years is because it was started, you see, your great granddaddy Larenzo, he started this. And he started it by taking responsibility for himself first and then building something better for his children. And that's the responsibility that I teach my kids, that you have a responsibility to build better for the next generation and to teach them how to earn. And before I go, I wanted to give you guys one last thing. I forgot about this when we were talking about credit earlier. If you have kids, once you've gotten some good credit and your kids are 15, 16, 14, 13, whatever, make them authorized users on your credit cards, right? But make sure it's a credit card that you're keeping below 30% usage. Keep it below 30% usage. Make your kid a authorized user. Don't give them the credit card, but make them an authorized user. Start building their credit history when they're 13, 14 years old. Start building their credit history now. Even if they're 17, 18 years old, build their credit history. Even if they're 20, 22 years old, help them by putting them as an authorized user on one of your good credit cards, right? If you have a good one. Make them an authorized user. Give your kids a boost in their credit score and then teach them financial responsibility. Teach them how to manage their credit, all right? But give them what other people will not. Give them what rich people have been giving their children. Give them what those who in the know have been giving their children. This is why there are kids who are graduating high school with 700 credit scores. It's because their parents have started building their credit when they was like 13, 14 years old. And they got like 5 years of credit age, right? They got 5 years of credit age. They got, 5 years of good credit payment history. They got 5 years of good credit limits. They've maintained below 30% usage rates. And these kids are walking out of high school with 700, 800 credit scores. And they are getting a better opportunity, a leg up on the rest of these kids. Why? Because their parent took care of them financially at an early age, took care of their credit at an early age. So that is called piggybacking. Now, I said earlier, if you do that with one of these credit services, they're going to charge you anywhere from $500 to $2,000 just for you to piggyback on somebody who has great credit. And that's one of the ways they get you to a higher credit score in 90 days. But as soon as they take you off that person's card, so they put you on that person's card, you get a 700, 800 credit score. Then you go out and get your own cards, right? And now you got your own card. They take you off the piggyback, and now your credit score is going to drop, right? Build a real credit score for yourself. Don't pay $2,000 just for some quick turnaround thing. Don't do that. Don't do that. Be patient. There's a lesson in the journey. There's a lesson in the journey. If I take you from 400 credit score, 450, 300, 500 credit score to 700 credit score in 9 months, and you didn't have to do the journey in 6 months, and you didn't have to go through the journey in 3 months, and you didn't have to go through the journey, you didn't learn nothing. All you shortcut your way to something. But when you shortcut your way to something, then you'll find yourself back in the same position within 3, 6, 8, 9, 10 months, a year, or 2 years. And then what are you gonna do? Spend $2,000 more to get back there? Instead of always being in that position. Learn the lesson once and keep doing it. Keep doing it. I'm about teaching you things that you can do for the rest of your life. A lot of my when I owned my gym, UC Fitness, my clients used to get mad because I used to tell them, I'm teaching you how, they want me to do a fad diet this and a fad diet that. And I used to tell them all the time, I'm teaching you how to live your life. I'm teaching you how to live your life for the rest of your life. I'm teaching you how to rule over your body for the rest of your life. I'm teaching you that barring catching cancer or catching some terminal disease, barring an accident, I'm teaching you how to manifest and manage your body for the rest of your life, to maintain great health for the rest of your life. And I want you guys to understand, I'm teaching you how to build your credit for the rest of your life, how to build wealth for the rest of your life, how to build and manifest things for the rest of your life, how to build relationships for the rest of your life. And then it's your responsibility to teach the next generation, to teach your children, to teach the next kids. Because the only way we stop being the powerless is we first take our own personal power back and then teach our children how to have power over themselves, and then we can teach the community how to have power, and then we can have power. All right, so I know that you guys, I appreciate anybody, if you was with me from like the beginning or near the beginning to now, let me know. That'd be awesome. If you're watching this later, let me know. That'd be awesome. I'm going to put us on the YouTube channel. There'll be a subscribe thing right in here. Hit that subscribe thing if you're finding me for the first time. I appreciate you subscribing to the channel. Well, nobody did a super chat, so I'm not going to thank anybody for doing a super chat. But if you're one of my patrons, I appreciate you as a patron. I ask you to continue to and remain a patron. I appreciate you being there. I appreciate the support. That means a lot. You're showing some action. I appreciate that so very much. And there's subscribers, that's patrons. There was no super chat. So yeah. So I look forward to you guys. If you haven't joined the Alchemy of Life tour, dude, it's $98. For real. It's $98. You waste that on junk every year. You waste $98 every month. You know, if you're not wasting $98 every month, if your budget is so tight, you need to go find $98 because you really need to be there because you need to learn how to change your life and stop losing. All right. So I appreciate you guys. Y'all have a great day. Remember, you have to free yourself to be yourself because your greatness is non-negotiable. Okay. Go through the process of ending 50-11 videos. All right, you've been there the whole time? Man, I appreciate that. I appreciate that tremendously. I really do. I really do. You the last one I'm in because I love YouTube.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio.
Using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye. Why she gotta be British? You know what I'm saying? Why she gotta be British? All right, y'all have a good one. Appreciate you guys. I am